Hello once again and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a quick tutorial on Odessen Proving Grounds Warzone. So we're going to be taking a few peeks at strategy, how to play it properly, and hopefully be insightful to people that are still a little bit lost in this map. So let's take a quick look at what the actual map consists of. There you go, feel free to pause it. The green areas are the actual capture points. The red areas are the power-ups. The rest, the purple is the spawn points, etc., etc. And you can pause that and look at it at your leisure and study the reference at the top right and what they mean. And here in this map, I'm playing my Sage Healer, just a few levels away from actually making it to 70. So we'll see how to play this strategically. First off, at the beginning of the map like this, as you notice at the top right, there's 2 points that just became active. You can see them like shimmering and glowing, blinking actually is a better term. The best strategy here is to actually split up into two groups and capture both points. See, now the other team went for a power-up, one of those, not green area, but those power-ups, and got a green power buff which activates an inactive objective point, like what we have here in purple. This is known as the Cantina. So they started the hangar bay, and we managed to, if I look at the top icons, we captured the defense turret, which is outside, what people like to refer to as north on the map, so you might want to familiarize yourself with that. Now, being the healer, I get to play this a little differently than I would usually playing an offensive role, but still, the strategy applies nonetheless. Staying outside of capture points is not generally recommended, seeing as I've got ranged heals, and my team seems to have grasp the concept of fighting inside the node. I'm staying out of trouble and just keeping them up, and the whole idea is to fight inside those nodes so you can get to knock the enemy out, perhaps even root them outside when it's their captured node. That way you can capture their node and steal it from them. And the whole idea is to try to avoid fighting outside in hallways. Like now in the nodes where inactive people are moving around, setting themselves up to getting another capture point, another objective point. And at the end of this ramp, there's a power-up also. But this is... I should be playing a little bit more strategic, but seeing as my team appears to have a very good grasp of the strategy of this map, that I can afford to try and hop between nodes like this and try to keep everybody alive, which is my main concern here. Should I have been with a different team, maybe I wouldn't have been playing it as laid back as I really am right now. For a Sage Healer or even a Sorcerer, when the other team is a lot more offensive, I would drop my phase walk in the middle of that point. So should I get knocked out of it, I could just like boom right back in there and prevent them from rooting me outside of that capture point and prevent from losing it. So here you see me, I'm trying to keep everybody up as best I can. The Cantina just went inactive, but it's the end of this round. So, again, you know, the whole idea is to fight inside the nodes, not go Rambo style, but this is pretty much true with any Warzone map. Going Rambo is often not the desired play style. If you got something to prove, you usually do it in death matches or in duels. So here you see we're going to get inside that node. You saw me knocking them back. I managed to push one out, but still they're back in there. So my job here is to basically prevent them from capturing it, because if you look at the top right, we've already got the gun, and we're about to capture, not the gun, but the hangar bay. I'm not sure who's getting the gun, and that is us. So we've got 2 strategic areas captured, and where we are fighting right now, even if we're not getting it, we're actually preventing the other team from capping it. That's why it is so vitally important to fight inside those areas. There you go, knock them out, and they're raging right now. So this is looking like it's going to be a pretty quick match. Because mind you, when I start narrating on these videos, they've been recorded for a couple days at least. Because I tend to just like rack up some video material and then I filter through what's actually more appropriate to show as a tutorial. So I often forget the outcome of these matches. They're trying hard. They're really trying hard to kill us here. And it doesn't look like they actually succeeded. So job well done there. We had, like I mentioned earlier, a very competent team. So now let's cover these power-ups. Like you saw, that teammate there had an orange power-up on him. You got the greens, you got the orange, you got the blue, and you got the reds. The greens, like I mentioned earlier, will start one of those inactive nodes. If you look at the top right now, the gun, the actual defense turret, is inactive. A green would just like go to that area on the map and activate it. Use that green node. The orange is a power-up that gives you your points twice as fast. So you'll see the timer around. See, the captured area, if you look at the purple one, is a lot lower than the yellow one that the other teams got captured. That's because we applied an orange one on there. And it just times out twice as fast as it would without the power-up. So it enables you to collect your points that much faster and to proceed to a different point. Then you got the blue one. The blue one will time down at default time, but give you twice as many points. So that one is actually a little bit better than the orange, because you get twice the points from that captured area for the same time delay. And then you got the red one, which actually cancels one. So if you get a red one, you don't want to use it on your own node. There are arguably sometimes that it could be strategically sound to use it on your own node, but this is a very rare case. If you're alone guarding a node and you're about to get swamped, and well, instead of giving it up to the enemy, you might want to cancel it. So this is a rare occasion that you might want to consider doing using a red on your own captured area. So be careful when you do that. You generally want to use it on the enemies. So that said, let's keep watching at this match here. We're fighting on an inactive node. That's highly discouraged. So we're moving on as quickly as we can. See that node up there? Okay, nobody went for it. I thought I actually went for it, but okay. Often I do. And here we're stealing their node. It's going to go great, yellow to purple. There we go. And there's a victory, fellas. So that's a quick overview of how to play Odessen Proving Ground. Now remember, don't fight in hallways uselessly and futilely, because it just doesn't do anybody any good. You're taking away firepower from where it's actually required. So if you remember that, you should do pretty good. So keep trying, keep fighting, and play strategic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.